Please welcome Town Clerk Kate Murray.
Hi, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome. And yes, it is a little warm in here. We're trying to take care of that. But a very warm welcome nonetheless to each and every one of you. We are so thrilled that you are here to cheer on these unbelievable men and women and children. How do you like that? We have more children, I think, this year than we've ever had. So I want to thank you again for joining us today. This is really an event that my colleagues and I absolutely look forward to each and every year because it gets to highlight and shows all of us what can be done by individual human beings, whether it's on a grassroots level, and most times it is very much a grassroots level efforts by the men and women whom you'll be hearing about in just a moment. And it really, quite frankly, it always makes me feel very inadequate, to tell you the truth, because I see what is possible when people really put their minds and hearts to an issue, to a cause, to a concern in their neighborhood, and throughout the town of Hempstead and well beyond. So at this time, let's start the ceremony appropriately. Can I have Deputy Supervisor Dorothy Gooseby, a great trailblazer in her own right, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a little warm in here, but he's trying to work and get some air. So I know I could use it, so just try to do the best that you can. Okay, hand over heart, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Deputy Supervisor Dorothy Gooseby. Please also join me in welcoming my colleagues on the Hempstead Town Board. We have, next to Dorothy Gooseby, we have our Receiver of Taxes, Janine Driscoll. Then we have some of our council members, Councilwoman Missy Miller. Standing up, we have Councilman Dennis Dunn. We have Councilman Tom Muscarella, Councilwoman Laura Ryder, and Councilman Chris Carini. Today's ceremony is a very, very special one. As I had noted a moment ago, all of our honorees today have truly made a difference throughout our township, in their neighborhood, in their communities, in the town, and well beyond. We honor those who initiated, just among some of the projects that you'll be hearing about from Casey. They initiated an anti-bullying campaign. They provided year-round assistance to families in need and created bracelets for children with cancer, and many more. We will hear about each and every one of these very special people up here in just a moment. They certainly embody the spirit and values that this ceremony embraces, and that I'd like to think all of us as Americans embrace. It's truly inspiring to see also, as I had noted before, so many young faces amongst our honorees today, and you're going to be hearing about them as well. So those impactful efforts remind us that anyone, regardless of age, where you are in life, where you live, where you sit, where you stand, you can make a tremendous difference in our community. And with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm thrilled to introduce our keynote speaker, the Executive Director of Long Island Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, Mr. Steve Chessman. Steve, would you join us? We'll hear from Steve. He has great things to say, and then we will move on to our award ceremony. Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ms. Murray, thank you very much to Brian Devine, to the town supervisor for the introduction and for the invitation. Today is a special day, and it's springtime on Long Island. Yes, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but I could tell you, as someone that works for and heads up a 68-year-old not-for-profit organization dealing in mental health and substance use, we're right in Westbury, we have offices in Suffolk, times out there can be challenging. But if you want to know what solutions look like, if you want to know what the template of thinking above I, me, and my, collectively thinking of us, we and them, you look only at your honorees today right here. Could we give them another round of applause? Particularly for the young people, we have solutions we need to talk about. Everyone here is probably aware that right now, not just Long Island, not just town of Hempstead or Nassau or Suffolk or New York State, but across the country, we are dealing with a mental health crisis. I'd be remiss if working for the Long Island Council on alcoholism and drug dependence if I didn't tell you we are in the worst public health crisis with self-medications from alcohol to opioids to fentanyl. We're losing a whole generation of Long Islanders, New Yorkers, and Americans at a rate we've never before seen. People who use drugs are not bad people. They make unhealthy choices. And the person running down Sunrise Highway or Veterans Highway or Franklin Avenue or Jericho Turnpike at 4 in the morning to sell stolen laptops or stolen jewelry for their drug of choice are not in their right state of mind. Opioids were created to alleviate pain, not just physical pain, but emotional pain. We look at our young people today, we look at adults. These chairs that are empty here represent someone who just couldn't get it out of bed today. Someone who swore on a short stack of Bibles or pancakes at 8 in the morning they weren't going to drink today. Unfortunately, they're drinking now and couldn't be here today. They're not because they're bad people. As human beings, when we are inundated with too much stress, too much anxiety, too much fear, we look for relief. Some of us do it with drugs, alcohol being the most deadly drug in America. And get ready, folks, Memorial Day in 2 weeks, the 100 deadly days of summer. We're a summer island. That's a beautiful thing. We're surrounded by water on all sides. Last week, the cherry blossoms were out on Long Island. But people flock here from literally all over the world. And unfortunately, they're on our roadways. It was 4 years ago, last month, 4/20, that New York State decided to legalize another drug, marijuana and THC products. Now, that's different than locking up someone in a jail for 6 months for $10 worth of marijuana. That's a different conversation. But as a public health professional, I can tell you, if you've driven on Long Island roadways, if you've stood at bus stations, if you've been to New York City, you see what commercialization and legalization looks and smells like. And we certainly see it at our offices at LICAT. I'm gearing some of these remarks to our young people. We're losing a whole generation of really cool, really intelligent, really athletic young people that sometime around junior high school or high school are looking for relief in unhealthy ways. But I'll tell you, these honorees have devoted themselves and taking on their citizenry, being a citizen. Listen, Long Island, Levittown's a couple of miles away from, we're supposedly the first suburbia. This whole thing of intentional community is a bunch of malarkey. You gotta need each other. And these honorees have made it their business not to worry about so much I, me, and my. Let me go out and see what others need. Spiritual proverb. Want to be miserable? Think of yourself. Want to be happy? Think of others. Doesn't matter if you do the Jesus, Abraham, Buddha, or Muhammad thing, or the Rosa Parks, or the Mother Teresa, or the Mahatma Gandhi thing, Dr. King. Men and women who have dedicated their lives in service to others. That's what these honorees, our public servants, are about. Mental health is a mystery to a lot of us. The mind and body are interconnected. We learned some hard lessons 4 years ago with COVID, right? Physically, we have to take care of ourselves. Mind and body. Where are my yoga people? Any yoga people here? Any? Yes. Okay. A lot of definitions of yoga. But it means interconnection between mind and body. I mean, how many times have you had the flu and your body feels not so good, but your mind is like feeling really nice? Never that way. Please, to the young people, to the adults, it is a beautiful time to get outside and get some space. Need I say the great outdoors, good orderly direction, G-O-D. we are surrounded by water. We're truly an island. I grew up in the town of Hempstead. I'm from Belmore. We used to take the bus or ride our bikes along the Wantor or Meadowbrook. You want to feel insignificant? Or your problems maybe aren't as monumental? The waves off of Jones Beach continue to lap right now. They're going to be lapping off those sands long after we shuffle off this good earth. Hopefully it's 100 years from now. Exercise. You know, I had some issues in my youth, I'm not ashamed to say. And my mother would take me down to Field 6 and we'd walk the boardwalk. I'm the son of 2 teachers. My dad was Board of Ed, New York City. My mom taught first grade right here on Long Island. All right? We know there are issues out there with families. We know there are families going hungry right now today. We know affordable housing is a challenge. I can't tell you how to vote, and I'm not a politician. But what I will tell you is you're going to run into them at the pizza place, at the bagel store, at the smoke shop, at the train station. There are going to be men and women who are going to ask for your vote come November. You should cast a vote. But ask those men and women, what are they doing about mental health and wellness for Long Islanders? Because where I saw Billy Joel and the Islanders, potentially a casino. Liquor store laws now being expanded to Sunday hours. We're in the midst of a drug crisis for 15 years, and we're telling young people marijuana is innocuous or legal? It's not innocuous, defined by Webster as harmless for some. So policy seems to be moving this way. And by the way, your councilman and your supervisor here, they're very focused and dedicated in helping the residents of the town of Hempstead. So these are your allies. So much so that they want to recognize what great community service looks like. But we have some real challenges out there. And if you want to know who or what is the solution, let me frighten you or add to your anxiety. What if it's us? How many people right now know a neighbor or a temple or a church member who's struggling with mental health and or substance use right now? How many people know? Some people, should I raise my hand? Yeah, it's okay. They're not bad people. They're sick people. You should know LICAT is your neighbor. We've been around since 1956. If you don't have money or health insurance, let us try and help. There are resources here. These individuals who are the honorees, they saw a problem and said, the solution isn't someone else. What if it's me? What if I'm willing to put some of my comforts on hold to go out and see what others need? You know, there's a lot of mental health diagnoses that start with I, me, and my. The disease of substance use disorder, it's all about selfishness. I drink, I drug when I want. And I don't give a hoot how it plays out on my family, my school, my community. That's the sickness. There's an anecdote we say in mental health, even for people with depression. And there are a lot of people struggling with a treatable illness called depression. For a guy who can't stand himself, I'm all I think about. Sometimes we have to follow the example of the Dr. Kings, the Mother Teresas, the Rosa Parks. Even though I have my own issues, I can build my own self-esteem by doing esteemable acts and going out and helping others. We've lost some great men and women through the years who have made incredible contributions to communities. I lost a very good friend who was a social worker for 45 years last year. He died of natural. I waited an hour to get into his funeral home. That's how many lives he touched. He didn't die a wealthy man, but he was rich. He was rich. You know how you fill churches or mosques or temples at the end of your life? A lifetime of good deeds. A lifetime. You got a great head start. You're leading the honorees today. These young people, when many of us didn't even want to share our candy growing up, they're out there looking at their communities and saying, how could I help? How could I be useful? Physically, we need to take care of ourselves. This is a great skill set, folks. This is it. By the way, it goes for young people and it goes for adults. There's no I, right? This is asking for help. There is no shame in asking for help if we need it. This is a power, a skill, to be able to say, I need help. I don't mind saying, as a social worker who stands before you, a graduate of public schools in the town of Hempstead, that's true. But I wasn't the well-stabilized person you see now. I had to lose my way to find my way, but I didn't find my way back. People helped me. There's a big word I'm going to use. It's called humility. Humility isn't thinking less of ourselves. It's thinking of ourselves less. Can I do this? Thinking of ourselves less. I'm not judging anyone's age, but some of us, right, we over 35. Let's just say that. Back when you had film, right, you would never take a picture of yourself because you were paying to get it developed, right? The selfie is a new thing, but it's endemic. It's endemic of where we are. I'll close with this. Your character and your wealth and your integrity is not how much you have or what you look like. It's who you are and what you do. These honorees are living examples of what they do to not only help others, but to help themselves. Physically, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, we got to keep ourselves fit. Our communities need us. I know you will respond. These honorees have. Us at LICAD and this social worker, I thank you for your time. Congratulations to the honorees.
Thank you so much. Let's have a round of applause for Steve Chasman. Very thought-provoking. Great thought, Steve. And of course, when I was mentioning all my colleagues, who did I not mention? Supervisor Don Clavin. We all had a laugh over here. He had a family issue, had to go to it, but I have to tell you, he asked me very particularly to thank and congratulate all of our honorees. He is here in spirit, for sure. And really wishing that he could have joined us here today. But Steve Chasman, thank you so much for those really inspiring words. We have a very small token of our appreciation on behalf of Don Clavin and all my colleagues. If you would join me up here, we have a little citation, my colleagues. You would join us up.
Sure. Thank you all for being here, and I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
That's what they call breaking the action, folks.
3, 2, 1. Right. Let me get another one. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Awesome.
Thank you very much.
And now it gives me great pleasure. I'm going to turn over the program to Casey, who will now describe the wonders of our honorees. Casey?
Thank you. Introducing Betty Bedford. If you've ever met our next honoree, you've heard her signature greeting. Praise the Lord and bless his holy name. Betty Bedford made her way to Long Island from a small coal mining town outside of Birmingham, Alabama, where she was born. After a brief stint in Dayton, Ohio, where she was one of the first black car hops at Frisch's Big Boy restaurant, Betty moved to Long Island, where she immediately joined Union Baptist Church under the leadership of the legendary Dr. Clinton C. Boone. She joined the Hostess Ministry, where she served as president for 13 years, and while there, she discovered a spiritual gift for helping others. Becoming a licensed practical nurse, Betty worked at Winthrop University Hospital for 34 years, where she specialized in OBGYN and was an integral part of the perinatal bereavement team. Betty is now a free retiree, as she says, and considers herself a seen ager. Anyone born before 1960 who has seen it, done it, and been blessed by the Lord to live and tell about it. Continuing to help others even after retiring, Betty led and developed the first Girl Scout troop at Union Baptist Church. Troop 1134 has been a tremendous success and still thrives to this very day. Under her leadership, Betty brought the Girl Scouts on various trips ranging from apple picking to a visit to the White House. She calls herself a diva, a divinely inspired, victorious achiever, and currently enjoys traveling the world with her daughter. They have visited Africa, South America, Europe, the Mediterranean, and Caribbean islands. She currently attends Sunday school and is an active participant in Bible studies at Union Baptist Church and South Hempstead Baptist Church. At the end of the day, Betty is the kind of person who makes a difference both spiritually and physically. For her commitment to helping our community, we are proud to award Betty Bedford with the 2024 Town of Hempstead Make a Difference Award. Introducing Joseph Parisi. Our next honoree has been a dedicated community advocate for a long time. East Meadow resident Joseph Parisi's admirable journey of voicing for the community stemmed from being a delegate for the St. Raphael's Church to the Council of East Community Organizations. A short while later, Joseph climbed to the ranks after serving in a number of officer positions and established his role as being elected as the group's president. His focal point as president is spreading environmental awareness among the community. Joseph also serves as an active member of the Veterans Memorial Park Coalition and assists on efforts to improve the park. He spearheaded the establishment of the bird sanctuary near Spino Park in East Meadow and is an environmental conservationist through and through. His community outreach does not stop there. He took on the roles of Assistant Scoutmaster, Committee Chairperson, and lastly, Scoutmaster of the Boy Scouts of America. For the past 12 years, Parisi has been a strong member of the Board of Education at the East Meadow School District and has served as Vice President, President, and Chairperson. His dedication to the younger generation derives from being a loving father of four who have all graduated from the East Meadow School District. Parisi's long list of accomplishments continues as he was elected to the Board of Directors at the East Meadow Kiwanis Club for a 3-year term. He served as the secretary and then was elected the East Meadow Kiwanis president for the past 2 years. His dedication to bettering the community speaks volumes, which is why it is our pleasure to grant Joseph Parisi with the 2024 Make a Difference Award. Introducing Joseph Romeo. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. As the senior manager for sales and marketing with renowned photo company Canon USA, Joseph Romeo has provided the opportunity for countless people to capture precious moments with their families, friends, and loved ones. That's his day job, although the rest of his time is spent much the same way, helping his fellow residents and making a difference in his community. Joseph has served as the co-president of the Morton Civic Association for nearly 15 years. In this role, he has helped organize many community events, including Trunk or Treat, the Dogwood Area Beautification, and the annual holiday tree lighting. He also works closely with local businesses through his role as first vice president of the Franklin Square Chamber of Commerce and also serves as a community advisory board member for the Northwell Health Long Island Jewish Valley Stream Hospital. Joseph can also be found cheering on his teams in the Franklin Square Raiders Soccer Club. Joseph also provides an invaluable service to the community as a licensed associate real estate broker at John Savaretti Realty in Franklin Square. Given his extensive community involvement, Joseph can always help connect residents with attorneys, inspectors, contractors, or anything else they may need. Please join us in saluting Joseph Romeo, a picture-perfect example of someone who dedicated to helping others, as we present him with the 2024 Town of Hempstead Make a Difference Awards. Introducing Ellie Melendez. Many know our next honoree as the person who can't say no. Ellie Melendez serves as the outreach director at St. Francis de Chantal Church in Wantagh and has gone above and beyond through her charitable services for the community. Last year, during the holiday season, Ellie was appointed as the 2023 Wantagh Herald Person of the Year for changing the lives of many local families. Although Ellie strives to provide the less fortunate with necessities year-round, she's also very busy during the holiday season. With Thanksgiving alone, Ellie and her volunteers packed 150 Thanksgiving care packages, which consisted of enough food to suffice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a family of 5. Her volunteers rant and rave about Ellie's kind heart and selfless ability to keep on giving. For a special Thanksgiving, Ellie and her team of volunteers also organized a dinner that provided musical entertainment and a magic show for families who struggled to afford food. Additionally, with the hustle and bustle of the Christmas season, Ellie Melendez was busy being Santa's helper. She provided a Christmas tree to the parish where families wrote down their wishes such as PJs, shoes, even household items on angel-shaped pieces of paper. Residents can swing by, grab an angel, and fulfill the wish for another family. Ellie and her volunteers also provided gifts for each family member and the choice of a special Christmas meal of turkey or ham. Ellie Melendez has devoted over 20 years of her time to the parish to help those who do not have the proper resources to help themselves. The love and care she pours into her work will not go unnoticed. That is why we are honored to recognize Ellie Melendez with the 2024 Make a Difference Award. Introducing the Glow for Kids. As the younger generation takes over the Make a Difference Awards, we are thrilled to welcome our next honorees. The Glow 4 Kids is a group consisting of a beautiful family, Gabriella, Serena, and Favel. From 3 years old to 12 years old, these children are on a mission to bring a spark of happiness to children who are battling an ugly disease. The Glow 4 Kids makes one-of-a-kind beaded bracelets using all colors of the rainbow. Each bracelet costs $18. With every purchase of a bracelet, the Glow for Kids donates not one, not two, but 3 bracelets to children battling cancer. The bracelets offered even coincide to bring awareness to specific cancers, such as the orange bracelet for kidney cancer. This mission hits close to home when it comes to the Vernov children. Losing 2 grandmothers to their battle with cancer is what helped inspire these young children to shed light and spread joy to those who are continuing their fight against this horrible disease. The Glow for Kids went worldwide during an initiative in December as they focused on giving bracelets to children in hospitals in Israel. The younger generation is the future of our country, and Gabriella, Serena, and Favel are taking charge to make our community a better place. If anyone is interested in supporting the Glow for Kids and their amazing cause, please visit glow4kids.com to purchase a beautiful bracelet and then bring a smile to a child's face free of charge. It is an honor to present the Glow for Kids with the 2024 Make a Difference Awards. Introducing Joseph Petraro of East Rockaway. Throughout the country, there aren't many 10-year-olds that can say they've published a total of 5 books, raised thousands of dollars for various local and international organizations, and even hosted a Nets game. But there is one special kid from East Rockaway that can say he's done all that and more. Joseph Petraro changes the lives of everyone he's encountered. At the age of 7, he published his first book, The Pumpkin Man vs. the Boogeyman. As if that's not impressive enough, all of the money he's made from his book sales went straight to the Limbrook Restorative Therapy and Nursing Facility to support a senior citizen, Carolyn Manna, who he refers to as his adopted grandma. I know. His other book, Concert in the Sky, is for his friend and musician, Jane Marchowski, otherwise known as Nightbird, who passed away from cancer. Jane's family started a foundation in her honor, which Joe donates the earnings of Concert in the Sky to as well. The organization assists women who battle with breast cancer. There's a reason why Nightbird has heavily impacted Joe Petraro. At the age of 10, Joe is navigating life head-on as an inspiring cancer survivor and a Tourette syndrome awareness advocate. But Joe doesn't treat these as setbacks. He sees an opportunity to help others who have struggled with his experiences. But this is only the tip of the iceberg for all of Joe's work. He has also started Joe's Well for Humanity, which supplied a small village in Nigeria with a well to provide fresh drinking water to its surrounding residents. He started Joe the Gamer's Be Kind campaign to spread awareness on the harsh repercussions of bullying. Again, this is only a smidge of Joe's selfless efforts, as to give a thorough rundown of all of Joe Petraro's accomplishments would take up the whole program. At 10 years old, Joe Petraro is making a difference not only throughout America's largest township, but also throughout the world. It is an honor to recognize Joseph Petraro with the 2024 Make a Difference Award. Introducing Natalie Fowler. As of October 2002, Hempstead Town Hall gained an amazing addition to their workforce. When you enter the building of Hempstead Town Hall, you will be greeted with a warm smile and a warmer welcome. Public Safety Officer Natalie Fowler puts residents above herself, not just at work, but also off the clock. Her passion revolves around putting herself in situations where she can help others. Natalie enjoys caretaking for those who cannot take care of themselves. For example, from 2005 to 2012, Natalie was a certified foster parent with Nassau County. During this time frame, Natalie has fostered a total of 19 children, ranging from ages 1.5 to 16 years old. Natalie has molded and shaped these children at prime learning ages and helped them become successful adults. But that is just the beginning. Right after her shift here at Town Hall, Natalie rushes over to AHRC right in Freeport, which is a group home for adults who live with mental and developmental disabilities, where she was just recently promoted to assistant house manager. She is responsible for 4 adult ladies from 26 to 50 years old. The ladies set goals in the beginning of the program, ranging from being able to clip coupons to washing their hair by themselves. Natalie is there to steer them in the right direction and to assist them in accomplishing their goal. When Natalie speaks of the ladies she takes care of, you can visibly see her face light up. She also plans on doing this full-time once she retires. She was also a former member of the Jackson Memorial Church and took on the role of the youth direction from 2017 to 2018. She conducted Christmas caroling, back-to-school drives, field trips, and so much more. Additionally, she is an active member of the Hempstead Kiwanis Club and visits nursing rehabilitation centers with her husband, Bishop Fowler, to pray for and minister the sick. Natalie Fowler is the definition of selfless and kind-hearted, and it is our honor to grant you with the 2024 Town of Hempstead Make a Difference Award.
Can we have a round of applause for all of these wonderful men and women, boys and girls? Well, I don't know about you, but I know I am super inspired, and I could take a bet that you are as well. And I want to thank all of my colleagues. Thank Supervisor Don Clavin for bringing us today's wonderful, wonderful ceremony, and to each and every one of you who came to cheer on these men and women, these boys and girls, and to lift them up so they will continue in their mission. And as I had said at the beginning of the program, it's within all of us, and Steve Chasman said it so much better than me. It's within all of us to improve the lives of those around us, those we love, those we like, and those whom we don't know at all. God bless all of our honorees. God bless all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today.